So how's spring going? I guess easy question.
Man, it's going. It's where you come to get better and improve, and our guys have been doing that every day, just roll up their sleeves, learning the scheme and just trying to get better every day, be a better version themselves.
What specifically has stood out about some of those the incoming transfers that you've added to your group?
Well, when you talk about the transfers, you can start out there with the ends. You can talk about Rundell and Trace all day, but you got Jacob Lacey inside. And man, he's a technician. He really plays with good hands, good feet, and has an understanding of the game. And then you talk about Devon Sears. He's a guy that can get on top of the block, really can get off the ball and rush the passer. Learning to play the game in the run game, and just trying to get better every day in the run game at the point of attack.
You mentioned Jacob Lacey. I think he was the first guy you guys took in the portal. You guys took him pretty early. What was that process like, and what did you like about him?
Well, that process started a long time ago. We finished second for him when we were at Clemson, and he chose to go to Notre Dame. And once he got in that portal, we were the first call he made, and he knew already where he wanted to come because the relationship was already there. And he trusts our development that we had in our scheme, and he knew that we had a track record of developing defensive linemen, and leading the country over the last 10 years in our scheme and in draft picks. So he wanted to come and be a part of that, and to a place that was going to, help him sharpen and shine up his skill set, and add some tools to his tool belt. He knows he's a good player already, but he'll tell you straight up he can get better, and he has. He's improved since being here already.
He didn't have to take an official visit with y'all. How odd is that?
Well, he came up. Him and his family came up, and they actually just paid their way though.
Yeah.
So he came up and spent a day and a half or so with us, and went through the whole deal, and basically already knew what he wanted to do, but was going through the process, and it was great to have that one, because he can play, man, and you want guys that can play inside, that can hold up at the point of attack, that can also rush the passer and be a complete DT. That's what I feel like we lost with Jalen Redmond, and having a complete guy, and we needed to add some of that, guys that can play and not have to be situational guys.
Todd, we had a chance to watch your goal line drill today. How did you feel like that went for you?
Well, we did some good things, but we got some things to improve on. Just like some of the guys just having situational awareness. When you knocking guys back and tackling them back instead of knocking them forward, they're gonna fall in the end zone. So we're gonna hit that plenty of times in the film session. So looking forward to watching that tape.
Can you talk about Derek LeBlanc and just how he's grown so far?
So Derek is a very cerebral player. He understands, our playbook and scheme. He was one of those guys that when he came on his visit, all he wanted to do was talk ball and learn our scheme. So he's ahead of the game and knowing what to do. But his body, still getting there. He's like 282 now, and just focused on developing functional strength, upper body, and focusing on his flexibility. But he's done some good things during this spring session. So looking forward to seeing how he finishes. You want to finish on a rise, man, and that's what I'm looking for from the whole group.
He put on weight really quickly,
he did.
though.
So he was 267 on his visit. He's 282 now. So he's climbing toward 285, and we'll see. I don't want him to gain too much too fast. You want to make sure they can handle it, and that's what he's going to do. He'll get to 285 next.
Depth was such a topic of conversation last fall. Beyond what Trace and Rundell bring as weapons on their own, is there anything about having two more guys on the edge that helps you guys at point?
Oh man, it is. I mean, you look at those guys, you look at the sheer girth of Rundell, he's like 275, 280 pounds. So he's a load to deal with out there on the edge, and then you add the speed of Trace, who's about 255. And you're hitting on all cylinders. You have different flavors and different tools, because different teams are going to play different schemes, and we got to have people to fit. And I think Rundell is he fits all sizes, and I think Trace is going to do the same thing when he's able to get going.
What kind of progress has Isaiah made this spring?
Cole has made tremendous improvement. Just trying to get him to be a more vertical player and play with length. He can be so much more productive, and he has been in practice because of playing with length. And just like when we're running stunts, being able to pick the hip with length, not with what I call gator arms. You do it like this, you got gator arms. And that's what he's improving at, man. Just really focusing on finishing the play with an escape.
And what about Jordan Kelly? What stands out to you about him maybe as compared to him at the end of last year?
Well, it's been good to get him back. He's been rolling with us the last few days, and You know, he had some of the same stuff we wanted to work on. Each one of them, man, I had a inventory, if you will. You know what you struggled with from the whole year, and these are the things we were going to attack. And for him, it was finishing with length, playing more with length versus slide protection, and attacking the protection the right way, and then playing with pad level. You know, so those are things we're really trying to hammer with him. And he's came out here with his focus on it, and he's attacking. He's chopping wood every day. That's all you can ask, and it's not going to be perfect. But you know, you aim for that perfection, and you land somewhere near excellence, and that's what we're trying to do.
A guy like Kelvin Gilliam's been here for a couple of years, and he's been dinged up, obviously. But what's your expectations for him once he comes around and gets a little bit more healthy?
I tell you what, man, he greets and meets your expectations every day. Like, you talk about somebody who can have a pity party. He ain't that guy. You know, and some guys that went through his situation, they probably would have that, you know, pity party, poor me's, and that ain't him. He's been nothing but a leader by example. Still showing up, still staying up on the stuff that we put in, install every day. I could put him in right now, and I bet he would execute, because he's that locked in on what we're trying to do. And he's a bit of a coach's dream, if you will. Like, he over delivers on whatever you ask for, and that's what you want in your room. I mean, I want more guys like him. If I had 11 of him that attack the business every day like that, and we're getting close to that, but that's what you want.
So you expect him to
I
play
expect
quite a
him,
bit
yes,
this
sir.
year?
I expect him, man. Like, you know, some of those guys, you know, that haven't played D-line before, like, started off playing it and moved to D-line, like Marcus Hicks, you know, I expect a little bit, I'd have a little bit grace for him. But when you talk about, you know, Kelvin Gilliam, he can, like, if we went in there and put him in today, if somehow he was cleared, he would execute to a T. Because he's over there, he's doing shadow reps, like shadow boxing. He's doing shadow reps behind us, and he's getting the mental reps too. I hear him talking behind me, and it's like what I would say to the guys that aren't in. And that's what I told him he's supposed to do. When he ain't over there doing some, you know, rehab or prehab or trying to get his shoulder back with the trainers, I said, man, be back there, be my second set of eyes, and that's what he's done.
Going back to Devon, when you look at a guy who's been playing at that level, what jumped out to you about him when you first started evaluating him, and how has that sort of shown itself since you've been around him?
Well, again, the pass rush ability to get on top of the block. Like, if this is the O-lineman, the ability to get here. If you get here, no matter what the O-line does, you're going to win. This guard can come back and help, and you're on top of the block, it's going to propel you to the quarterback. He was in that position a lot and had a lot of pressures at Texas State. So when I was evaluating his tape, that's what I saw, the pass rush ability. I feel like I can teach you all the run stuff. Pass rush is a gift from God.
And has that sort of shown itself out here?
It has. I mean, he'll flash at you. He'll flash that ability. You know, he's learning everything. Just got here in the spring, in January, and been learning the playbook. So he has a better handle on it. Then it'll only get better. His handle on the playbook will only get better. You just got to keep showing up.
What about Marcus Hicks, who played offensive tackle for a couple of years? He's come back to you. How's he doing?
Well, we'll get to see him some this week. You know, he's been, again, just in the meetings and getting the mental reps, and, you know, had the mono, and just getting over that. So I'm looking forward to this week, getting him some reps and getting to see what he can do.
You talked about the different schemes you see over the season. Just having been through a season here, what was that process like, getting to kind of learn the different opponents that you're going to be facing, and as a coaching staff and for you personally? Well,
it's a lot more tempo, and you know, the teams really, man, they're wide open with their offenses. Still got to stop the run, but you need those guys that can rush the passer. And you know, like I said earlier, losing to Jalen Redmond, you want to see who could come in and do that. And Jonah has really moved inside and made an impact. I mean, he is just a handful to deal with. Blocking him, he's so athletic, and he's just learning more and more every day. So you guys, that's the one to watch. He's going to be, I think he has the ability to do something special for us this year, and just continuing to grow and be humble and work in the run game, getting used to those double teams. It's a little bit different on that inside when you're dealing with combo blocks and double teams, and you got to play with low pads, and you got to fight pressure, and you got to understand where that's coming from. And sometimes you get pre-snap tips on that. He's got to learn those pre-snap tips. But when it's third and long, he can get off the ball and he can rush the passer, and that's what you want. So we got a handful of those guys that can rush the passer. You know, Grayson Halton, he can rush the passer. Jonah can rush the passer. We got a lot of guys that can do it, and that's what you want. We're building depth and competing every day. So competition has been great for the room.
It seems like the main theme is getting after the quarterback for you guys up front.
Well, we want to. Of course, you want to play. You want to be situationally aware, but that's what we can do better. But everybody can improve their pass rush game, and in the run game, when we're moving, getting to the hip and playing with technique. And your hips don't lie. Shakira. You got me?
Yeah.
Get to those hips.
Got you.
Yes, sir.
It's Eddie's favorite song.
Lolu
See my
played.
head.
Lolu played at edge last year, I guess out of necessity a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Did you foresee him moving inside at some point?
Yes.
Just like he already has.
And he's been natural, like at some things in there. Like I said, he's trying to learn how to play the combos and the double teams a little bit better, and 2-eye, and play his 2-eye and his 4-eye. That was basically the same techniques for us. Just recognizing where the pressure's coming from. Are they trying to down block me? Or are they trying to cut me off? And if I know who's the drive man, where's the postman coming from? Where's the postman? I'm attacking him, and he's posting me up. Now where's the drive man coming from? So I'm all the time, like I have cut-ups just for him to come in and watch, and he wears them out. So he's only going to do this as long as he keeps that work ethic, and that's what I anticipate happening.
Are they going to be able to maybe give you the flexibility? You guys always talk about guys being able to play and maybe, without having to substitute, they can do different things. Will they give you some of that flexibility?
To substitute my guys?
No, that you may not have to because, Jonah's played both places now,
Right. Well, we could get to being an indie package. We want our guys. We challenge them, Coach Chavis and I. We challenge the D-line to know every position. And know what your brother's doing up front, just like they do on the back end. The corners got to know what the safeties are doing. You got to know where your help is. On your stunts, you got to know where your leverage is on the quarterback. And so we've been really challenging on that. Like you may see us, if you're out here watching practice, you may see me with 4 DTs in on the D-line and running stunts. And it's just a position. You got to know the call and know what every spot does. And that makes you better when you understand it's just like a timing thing, like a receiver and a quarterback. And getting some chemistry together. And understanding what his job is, and not just knowing your job description. So that's what we've been challenging on.